Hello everybody, it's Mr. Second Amendment, and I figured I would do a couple videos about fieldcraft. Not a lot of people know exactly what that is. It's kind of basically skills you need to survive out in the field. We're not talking like Bear Grylls survival, we're just talking existing in the field. Basically living weeks at a time out in the field, and I'll tell you, I mean, some of the best times I ever had were in the field versus garrison. So anyway, I'm going to get on with the series. I figured I'd start with number one. We're talking about water and food. Right now I'm going to focus on food, which is going to be MREs. Yep. Awesome. Alright, so we have our basic MRE. Now everyone's going to go like, oh, Mr. Second Amendment, MREs are awesome. And you know what they are. You can actually get some pretty cool stuff. But at the same time, they take up a lot of space. I mean, this is one meal, which does have a lot of calories in it, which is nice, but it's one meal. That's quite a bit of space. Not really heavy, but there's a lot of space. And if I'm trying to pack as much equipment as I can in a rucksack or an assault pack, whatever I'm doing, you know, the bottom line is I need to cut down on that space. There's not a whole lot I can do about the weight, but I will cut down on that space wherever possible. So let's get started. First I'll grab my trusty K-bar, which is a little bit oversized for the job, but it's alright. And what I'm going to do is, now I haven't talked about opening, it says peel it. You can peel it. Okay, what I like to do is cut, and I like to do a slit right here, just at the top. And I don't want to force my way in. I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Now, why did I do that? Why didn't I just manhandle this thing and rip that thing apart? Well, hey, guess what? This MRE bag has about as many uses as you can possibly think of. I can make I guess the Gatorade stuff. It's not called Gatorade. It's like fruit juice or sports drink fruit or something. But I can make the juice in here, mix it up. I can start cooking a meal in my cargo pocket while I'm on a ruck, and I can put this in there to insulate it so I don't burn my leg on that pack. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and pull out the contents. And look, we have M&Ms. And you always get those M&Ms, or they're doing like $1 million giveaway, and you always are worried that you're going to win the giveaway because it's out of date. But anyway, get my tool out of that's what it is, a tool or a weapon. Alright, and basically what I'm going to do, what do I have? Let's see. Sorry, I got some fire going on here. Alright, caramel apple ranger bar. Okay, going to be pretty sweet. Cheese spread with jalapenos. It's not jalapenos, I don't know where you get that from. And here is all my, what I call condiments, which is basically all your anti-suck equipment. I have my spoon. Okay, now what you should do with the spoon, there's two ways to do it. I'll show you. One way is just like I have my brush here. You might want to keep a spoon in your molly gear or your whatever your gear system is, so you just always have a spoon. You don't have to rely on it, because I have been stuck with an MRE that did not have a spoon in it, and that happens actually more often than you would think. So MRE people, if you're watching, we're on to you. Alright, and let me check the camera, make sure you can see everything here. You can see, let me bring this back into the view here. Okay, we're pulling it apart. Got French vanilla, cappuccino. Okay, that might come in handy. These right here, one of the most useful things you can possibly get out of an MRE, period. I can contain water in this thing, so I can put that in my assault pack. If I don't have water bottles, Camelback, I don't have a canteen, I can throw some water in this. Throw a little bit of 100-mile-an-hour tape on the top to seal it, I'm good to go. It's been saved so many times by these things. Hang on to them, don't throw these out. Okay, grilled chicken breast fillet. Somehow I doubt that. Guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna take it out of the cardboard, and we're gonna use this to start a fire if we need to. Otherwise, we don't need this. So that goes in the trash heap. All right, so I just have my bags. Cornbread stuffing, right? It's gonna have a lot of starches in it, a lot of carbs in it, which is basically what this whole meal is all about, providing you calories while you're out there burning so many calories all day. Don't need the cardboard. Okay, so we have that. All right, let's figure out what's useful. Okay, M&Ms, sugary, all right, nutritionally speaking, gonna give me some temporary energy, but this is gonna burn me out real quick if I'm not careful. The real worth that this has for me is trading value. Do you know how many things you can trade if you get Skittles or M&Ms in an MRE? You can trade some other douchebag, you can trade him something, and this is worth to hold on to. If you don't want to eat it, yeah, make sure you save that for trading. Keep that in your mind, and keep that in your mind there. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save these things. Okay, caramel apple ranger bar. Okay, I'm gonna save this guy, and I'm gonna use this on a ruck. Okay, if I'm on a ruck, I'll throw this either in my shoulder or cargo pocket, wherever it makes sense. I'm gonna take this guy and I'm gonna eat this on the ruck. You always wanna have a little nibbling on something as you're doing a pretty far ruck. If you're doing about 20 miles a day, okay, you definitely wanna have your little MRE packages here. You wanna have those in your pockets, but for the sake of what I'm showing you, how to cut down an MRE, I'm basically gonna leave that in. Okay, gonna leave that bag. Got cheese spread with jalapenos, good stuff. I mean, this stuff you could even nibble on or squeeze in your mouth as you're marching. Gross? It's not gross unless you've done it, all right? And the spoon, all right? I love you, spoon. You're awesome, but I don't need the plastic. Okay, I'm not gonna get AIDS from the spoon being in the dirt, all right? You're gonna be okay. In fact, that's what we're gonna do. All right, what did I just do? I just broke the spoon. I broke it because I'm keeping size. All right, I want to keep that size factor down. Okay, so these are all my contents that I'm going to keep. This stuff, okay, now you can take it apart and piece it down, and let me open that. And again, I just took off the top of it. I can still use this as a bag to contain things. All right, got matches, got my moist towelette, and by the way, if you can get baby wipes, that is one of the best things you can bring into the field. I swear to God. All right, got all my other stuff. Sometimes you get the Taster's Choice coffee, which tastes like crap, but you can use that as dip on a march or a ruck or some kind of long field activity. Basically, that's just going to keep you awake. It's going to suck. Your teeth are going to look nasty. It's going to keep you awake. So I'm kind of sad I don't have any, but I'll live. Let me move the focus here. All right, the whole object of the game is don't use what I don't need and take everything I do need and make it smaller. So that means, all right, I've decided, you know what, I don't need this bag. I don't need something to mix a drink in. I don't need something to hold stuff in or insulate. I'm good to go. All right, so what we're gonna do in that case, I'm gonna take this thing and make sure you can see that. And basically, I'm just gonna make a nice, all right, you can take that, don't need it. All right, look what I got. That's awesome, all right? Well, what we're gonna do, we're gonna take this stuff, and depending on the item, it might even be better to fold it in half. I'm gonna try to get away with doing this. Okay, now look, we can see the clear outline of the object. Zoom out. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and fold in the corners. Now I do not want to cut the bag, obviously. I want to keep it sealed, so I'm just gonna have to work with it, kind of ply it, put it into a little brick. Go ahead and shove that dude in there. And since I zoomed out, you can now see the Cliff bars. I brought these out because these are so valuable. Cliff, if you're watching, good job. Get a hoo on that, because this is such a large amount of energy and protein, carbs, everything. And just such a small compact package, which is just makes it so valuable to have these. You could either throw this in there or just keep that in your pockets. I'm going to keep it out of there. Wheat snack bread, that's another thing you can take on a ruck, throw in your pocket, call it good. I'm going to go ahead and fold in the corners. Stack that guy in there. All right, now would be the time to throw my spoon in there. I'm going to go ahead and put that guy right in there. Got range control buzzing by. What's up, dudes? All right, I'm going to go ahead and got my heater pack. Okay, now the heater pack, Got mixed signals on it. All right, is it nice to have a warm chow? Yeah. Is it more important to have chow on our bodies? Yeah. And every ounce of weight counts. I don't care. Don't eat it. I'll eat cold chow. I'm gonna live. Comes out the same anyway. Who cares? All right. Got my caramel apple ranger bar, which I'm gonna go ahead and fold. And of course, that would be something that I would put in my pocket on a ruck. Give me some energy. I'm gonna take this. I made sure there was no dirt in there because I do have paper towel or toilet paper and whatnot. I'm just gonna go ahead and I wanna give myself that luxury of having that bag, so I'm gonna fold it in. Make sure it's all in frame here. Yep. I'm just packing this thing like that. Okay. Okay, got my cheese spread with jalapenos. I'm gonna pack him in there. And the whole name of the game is to package all that stuff in there. I've seen guys step on it. I've seen guys punch it in there. Hey, you know what? If it works, it works. Throwing my M&Ms on top. Most guys don't care if they're even there anymore, all right? If it's M&M dust, you can still trade. You're not gonna die. All right, now I'm gonna take it off camera real quick. I'm gonna pack this thing. Okay, so I've managed to condense this guy as tight as I could. I kind of put my knee on it and sat down sort of on it. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and fold it like a present. I'm sure your mom taught you how to wrap a birthday present, and maybe she didn't. Time to learn. We're going to do that, fold in the corners. We're going to fold over the top, and then I'm going to go ahead and put this against my body and wrap it. Guess I should have mentioned you need some duct tape or 100-mile-an-hour tape or whatever you want ready. I'm gonna grab this tape on the sealing edge of that. You can see just like that. It doesn't require a lot of tape. I'm basically wrapping this guy. Okay. All right, now I can further, if space is really an issue for me, I can go ahead and tape these corners down. Now right now, this is what I have. I have a whole MRE that I've condensed down. All right, I haven't really changed the weight, all right? I didn't include the cardboard, the heater, the end of the plastic spoon, a couple little pieces of plastic. I didn't include the French vanilla cappuccino instant powder because that means I have to mix it, which just means it's more trouble than it's worth sometimes. Everything else went in there. And let me go ahead and grab a full-size MRE. Okay. Now you'll see I'm just always checking to make sure everything's in frame. All right, look what we just did. Oh no, that's a vegetarian. This is like the biggest killjoy you've ever seen in your life. If you were hungry as hell, you would need protein, and you get this. Holy shit. All right. Anyway, look at that. I'm gonna go ahead and focus. Look what we did. We didn't really lose a lot of weight on what the contents are, just a little, but really, we just lost a whole lot of size. It's about a third of the size that it was. It's a little compact piece of mass that I can just throw and dump that stuff in my rucksack or a salt pack. And basically it just keeps me good to go. And that pretty much covers it for the MRE field craft. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more episodes.